And we should now be live. Hello everyone, I'm just going to double check everything is appropriately working. It appears to be. How are we all doing tonight? Hello there, how are we doing? My day has been interesting, Berenson. My younger brother has done something reckless and a little bit silly. So yeah, that's not good. Still no glorious T-Rex in here. I've decided I'm going to play as dinosaurs today. Where am I? I am at the dam. And look at that wonderful frames per second, 120. It's so nice to have. Nice, Rob. Right. I don't have access to my first mutation yet? Yeah, Dino is very difficult to play. Or rather, it's not difficult to play, it's just, difficult to grow. Ah, there's that first mutation. We're gonna go with, food drains slower, because food is one of the big... We don't like music around here. What's with the weird vignette effect? Is that a setting I have on by accident? You guys can see that too, right? Like the black bar around the screen. Is that like a new thing? Because I don't remember that being a thing before. I see no I see no fish around here. Hello, Luna. It's a very odd effect, that. Is there a setting I have on somewhere? One moment, I'm just going to search this up on the internet. Resetting graphics back fixes it. Okay, 1 second. No, I'm not restarting. What is with that? It's so weird. Oh, and now YouTube has messed up. I think we're fine. What is with those? I can't actually. Hang on. I might have to restart because I can't. I cannot play the game with that like that. Look, it doesn't have it when I'm on grass, but like if I'm on water, it does it. It must be a reflection thing. It's weird. I really don't like that. I might have to talk to you, Lemur, and try and figure out what that is. Why am I now only running at 60? Ugh. Hang on a minute. I need to sort this out because something is definitely not working correctly. So let's try a good old restart. The joys of trying to play something on the new PC. Do you prefer more a restaurant or a shop? Restaurant? Okay, settings. Windowed full screen, no VSync, 120 FPS. Like, these things should be off because I don't really like some of these. We were on this one. Well, it's the Isle, what can I say? Yeah, at some point I wanted to do a video, like, giving my thoughts on the Isle, because I've seen a lot of videos criticizing the Isle recently, and I wanted to give my thoughts about it, because thoughts I do have. Why is it now suddenly running at only 60 frames a second? This is not... That's not normal. Okay, that's not what we were running it at when we first started. Something's definitely not correct. Okay? Now you're only running at 60. You should be running at 120. So all of a sudden, it apparently cannot run at 120 FPS, even though I've already tested it and know that it can. This is bizarre. Maybe it's the streaming software? It shouldn't be. I'm very baffled. Oh well, we'll carry on. Yes, the Isle is behaving weird. Like, really weird, actually. There's absolutely no reason why my rig cannot run this game at 120 FPS. It's just stupid equipment. See, that's... Something is broken. It's not... Something's definitely gone wrong. No idea. Anyway, let's go find some fish. Why? Why do... I don't understand why the IL is so rubbish that you have to restart the game to apply graphics settings. It really does baffle me. I've never known a modern game to dislike changing the graphics more than the IL. And then let's play JWE2 now. No, I need a break from... I can't just play, like, Park Builders all of the time. It's been slowly but surely kind of killing my interest in them. Why is the Dino's default swimming speed so slow now? Evo, the gasp. I think I'm just a little bit... How to put it? All the JWE3 stuff has kind of worn me out on JWE in general. It bugs me that that FPS that started at 120 is now stuck at 80. And I know this game can run it at 125. I mean, it can run it at 165. If something must have gone wrong somewhere. I just don't know what. I'm a bit concerned we haven't found any fish in this river. And they've definitely made the Dinosaur's swim speed lower. Why have they done that? Unless I've accidentally got... No, I haven't accidentally got slow walk on, so... Hey, Chow. Oh my god, people keep going on about Path of Titans to me. I don't think people are going to be happy until I try it. But I don't want to try it, because if I turn around and say I don't like it, people will then be miffed at me. But I just have no interest in buying yet another The Isle game. At this point, I'm kind of like too invested in The Isle. Like, The Isle is where I've put my... faith at the moment, and the interest at the moment. Of course I remember Steve Irwin. I remember the day he died. I remember it being on the news. I'll tell you one thing all that the JWE3 news has done as well, is it's completely stopped me from wanting to go on the Reddit anymore. Look at this. I'm just messing around with things at the moment. What? Okay, so now you're suddenly running it at 120 now. What? You won't run it at 120 there? That's a bit weird. Oh my god, I gotta wait for me bloody stamina to refill. Server is EU West 1. But I don't generally play with other people. Especially not as Dino. But yeah, the... Yeah, that's very bizarre. Very, very, very bizarre. All the JWE3 stuff, all the news, it's just made me not want to go on the Reddit, because the Reddit just... It's just full of people and opinions I don't agree with at the moment. And I have no interest in having a conversation about people who want the game to just be a big murder fest. What the fuck is going on with the FPS? Honestly, the Isle, get your shit together. I heard a chicken. games were never this slow, I swear. Suddenly reminded why I probably haven't played this game in a while. Okay, dropping to nah. I'm not accepting this. There's no reason for it to be dropping this low. Sorry guys, but this is... There's no reason for that to be dropping that low. I need to figure out what's going on with that. Dropping to 30 in a forest? Not even the old PC was doing that. It's like it's just forgotten what my bloody hardware is. See, that should be running in full screen mode, but it clearly isn't. I've set it to run in full screen, but it's treating it like it's running in windowed borderless. And it's not letting it restart either. Something's broken. Modern gaming has become too complicated. Changing settings with... I'm sorry, but like... I cannot play the game if the game is not operating properly. See, it still seems like it's operating not in full screen. If I log in, what does it claim it's... My favourite dromaeosaur? I don't really have one. I'm not a big fan of dromaeosaurs. See, now it's suddenly okay, now it's suddenly running at 120, see? Something's definitely wasn't right. Because now my hardware is saying, you know, it's running at a correct speed. Something's definitely wrong. Or was wrong. Right. We need to... We're actually not that terrible on food. We can survive for some time. But I am concerned we haven't encountered any fish in this river at all. My favorite Tyrannosaur... Tyrannosaurus, obviously. And people who'd say it's not Tyrannosaurus are just picking something else so they don't get accused of being boring. Okay, I need to rest to regain stamina. I tell you the one thing that's propped up again because of the Jurassic World Evolution 3 stuff is people wanting bigger maps again. And I don't understand their logic in that. Because they always argue for bigger maps. Oh, we want bigger maps. We need bigger maps. Like, even the big maps of Jurassic World Evolution 2 are not big enough, according to them. And I'm like... So what is big enough for you? They constantly ask for bigger maps. But it doesn't seem like there's a reason for it. Marconian says, big maps are necessary when you want lots of species, but also give them habitats that are comfortably large. Yeah, but I think, Marconian, this is one of the inherent problems with people who constantly demand bigger maps. They demand bigger maps because they're insistent of trying to squeeze every single species they can into the map, as opposed to picking and choosing. You can have perfectly functionally large enough enclosures if you don't fill it with 1 million dinosaurs, and if you actually pick and choose the species you want to use. One of the most common things I've seen through all the time I've watched Evo, and through all the people that have posted pictures of their enclosures on things, is that they overfill their enclosures with thousands, they put too many dinosaurs in each enclosure, which makes it look cramped. And then they complain they want more space, so they can cram more animals into it. Even if they were given the whole island, it wouldn't be enough for them. They would still complain about it. I actually wouldn't want every map to be exactly the same size and always big. I don't understand what people's problem is with having a little bit of challenge with the terrain. That's the whole... one of the great, advantages of park and city builder games. Like, the environment is part of the challenge. I don't think I'm going to go for that food over there, actually. I'm concerned about all the dinosaur calls I'm hearing. a lot of Dilophosaurus at this on these riverbanks, which is very unusual. So I said to someone in a comment section that my favorite map was Nublar 93 because it's big, it's perfectly big enough. And they were like, no, Nublar's too small. Imagine if they could convert Google Earth into the in-game map and you could build your parks anyway. Yeah, but you would still have to be limited in space. You can't have a unlimited space. You have to have a limit somewhere. Otherwise, the game simply will not function. You know, if you want a game with modular building and lots of AI for your animals and guests and everything else, then you have to have a limit somewhere. Limitations exist because hardware. I think, again, these people that ask for bigger and bigger maps, they don't really understand how video games work. So they don't have any comprehension on rendering memory and save file memory and all the rest of it. They have no comprehension on how it actually works. They just whine and want bigger and bigger maps for their ugly, poorly designed parks. What are your thoughts on the Isle's designs? I think the Isle does a fairly decent job. I admit many of the Path of Titan designs are very impressive, but Path of Titans has the advantage that its game is developmentally further along. A lot of people slag off the Isle for being behind in terms of development, but I think that's because people forget that the Isle has had to be rebuilt after the backstage politics that broke the first Isle version. A lot of the development that already happened on the Isle had to be thrown away because of what happened behind the scenes. And admittedly, from everything I've heard, the Isle's developer, especially Don Lee, is directly responsible for that going south. But you know, if you're rebuilding the entire game from scratch, then it's going to take time. There is no fish in these rivers. Have they broken the fish spawns again? Hello, Nicholas. All I want is a map big enough for certain challenges. Why do I feel the people asking for bigger maps might be the same that say my game keeps crashing after I put a certain amount of things in the map? Yeah, exactly. These are the people that will like try and put every single species into a square map and then bitch that the game breaks on them. It's because the game was not designed for you to do that. You're supposed to be being selective. Just because we have 122 species does not mean you're supposed to put them all on one map. Evo demonstrated that while you can do that, you probably shouldn't necessarily do that. What? How's it over there now? Over in the forest. That was not where it was. Oh, there's one over there and one over there. Oh, I was led. Speaking of species, I hope we get all canon species. I don't really care about canonicity. Again, that's another thing I am at odds with the Jurassic community. I couldn't care less if we don't have Compies or Dimetrodon or Pyroraptor or Atrociraptor. Frankly, I would get rid of them for much better, more worthwhile species. I don't think canonicity, especially in terms of things like the Seji, which I never, well, I think I've used it once. You know, I don't even consider that canon. It showed up literally on a prop. That doesn't make it canon. Soft canon at best. But, you know, if it came between a choice of having every canon animal or having animals like Plateosaurus, Saltosaurus, Omisaurus, Chatungosaurus, I know that I would rather have them than the canon species. If Sinosauropteryx or Stegosaurus gets removed, what unique small species would you want to see in Evolution 3? I would remove both of them and, well, I would have said replace them with Protoceratops or Psittacosaurus, but they've already been put in game. I've gotten myself completely turned around and lost in the grass. I've lost where the river is. The river is down there. How did that happen? I'm going to end up dying of starvation because there's no food. Canon all the way. We need what's on screen in our box. No, we don't, Marconian. What we need are animals that actually make sense and add diversity to the roster. And having a Atrociraptor doesn't add diversity to the roster. Microceratus and Stegosaurus does not add diversity to the roster. Microceratus maybe more, but until they give us a way of displaying our smaller animals in a better way, they're still kind of rubbish. I have really lost the river. That's all. Hang on, that's all grassland. Where the bloody hell is the river? I'm out of water now. Well, this might be a death through my own idiocy, but also getting completely distracted by other stuff. Oh, Marconian, I can't agree with that. Atrociraptors are just velociraptors. They're not unique at all. I mean, let's be fair, they were only added to Dominion so that because the name sounded cool. There's actually not really that much fossilized evidence for them in the first place. But it's a Jurassic World game, people should be expecting to see movie species. As much as you don't like them. True, Jowl. But at the same time, I would rather have a diverse roster than just the movie species. Because if we just go on just the movie species, then we have only the mosasaur. And the lagoons end up dead and rubbish again. And I know that there are some people that think that the Jurassic World games should only have the canon species in it and not have any additional other animals in it. Have you seen the dinosaur? No, I have not seen that. Like, it keeps being mentioned to me, I just haven't got around to seeing it yet. Sure. Don't remember Dinosuchus being such a chore to play as. Shame. What are you expecting from the Jurassic World Evolution 3 showing up on Xbox Showcase next week? I doubt it will be anything new. We need a mod of Pyroraptor wearing a pup mask. That's a little bit weird, Marconian. I know exactly what you're referring to. That's a little bit weird. Okay, well at least we found the river again. But unless we find food, we are still kind of buggered. And there's no fish in this river. If they've broken the fish spawns again, I shall be very annoyed. I'll give the Atrociraptors this, at least they're not Mutodons. That is certainly true, Morenson. I have a lot of thoughts about those Mutodons. It's probably going to take up at least a page and a half in the long review that I'm in the process of writing. I need stamina back in order to swim. Oh, happy birthday, Luna. I hope you had a good time. A Rancor knockoff and a bunch of dragons. I think... If I can kill that deer, I mean, it's unlikely. It sounded really, really close. Sounds like it's over there. I probably cannot chase. They wouldn't be able to chase it on that. There's another dino. I'm not above cannibalism. River is very devoid of fish. We are going to die of starvation, I think. Ah! Or... I hate the fact that biting as a dino costs stamina. Where did it go? Where did he run to? Apparently there is food over there. There's lots of food around me, just none of it in this river. King Giga, you're not supposed to be rooting for the guys that are trying to kill me. You're supposed to be on my side. Apparently there should be something... Hang on. That's very close on the old sniffer scope. There is a dinosaur here. What are you doing here? random Cerato with a deer. He has run. I suspect he not friendly. There isn't even big fish in here. There's no fish at all. There is something apparently over there. Let's hopefully see if we can grab that. Oh, hello, lemur. Yes, I see fish spawns are broken again. If I had known fish spawns were broken again, I would not have picked Dino. And the FPS issue has stabilized for the moment. But yeah, the fish spawns are totally busted again. It's okay. I'm probably going to die in a minute, lemur, and I will probably just respawn as... Oh, hello. Am I dead? Yep, there we go. Well, in that case, I'm going to have to be a normal Carno of some description, aren't I? Thing is, I don't like playing any of the little ones. The only ones I like playing are Cerato. I suppose we could try... Oh, I haven't tried out trikes yet, actually. We will try the trike. Trike is long-winded and slow. Fuck it, Cerato it is. I'm playing slow. Yes, I do trikes. That's also brave. At least your food will not try to run. Alright, trikes it is. And EU West 1, I think, lemur. Why do all the displays have to be some form of orange? That's a little disappointing. Not a great coloration set system they have for this guy. Basically, every trike has to look identical. I kind of feel like getting the animal to have like all the colors and patterns correctly is a very basic thing that you know, shouldn't have to be a dramatically difficult thing for them to have figured out. Yeah, we'll go with that. To the sanctuary. the living holy heck was that? Oh, it's Lemur. He spawned in literally the same place as me. I don't actually know where he is, though. I can't see him. Oh, there he is. They're loud, aren't they? Oh yeah, mutation? Haven't got it yet. Oh, yes, I was having an issue earlier, Lima, where it decided the aisle decided it refused to go above 50. It's now running at 120 fine, but it's very peculiar. Yeah. It also says it's running in full screen, but oh, it is actually running in full screen at the moment. Huh. Earlier on, I switched it to full screen and it was still in Windows borderless. Yeah, Berenson, but I don't really like... I don't mind growing. I don't mind something taking a while to grow. It's why I'm so looking forward to T-Rex coming to the game. It's a challenge to spend a long time growing something, and it's very rewarding when you do actually get to fully grown. Again, I think this is the difference between the Isle players and Path of Titan players. Path of Titan players don't like having to regrow their animals, and they just want to always be adults. Whereas the Isle, they understand the challenge of growing something. The heck are we? It's like comparing Battlefield to DayZ. Potentially. There's a sanctuary over there, apparently. This is all ocean. Oh. Interesting. Lesson learned. The swim speed is really, really slow. Good lord. Okay. Yeah, let's not do it. Let's go by land, not by water. That takes forever. Do you think we get Henry Loomis and Zora Bennett access to voice the characters in JW3? I hope not, because I fucking couldn't stand them. Scarlett Johansson's character, probably the most. I hated Zora. She was so smarmy and so arrogant and so unlikable. I think Margonian is realizing I don't like most of the modern Jurassic stuff. Guillermo's, is that those things he was eating? Because I thought they were like mints or something. I don't know what Altoids are. Are they mints? They're a mint. Ah. Just like, why did we have to have that really cringy scene where he just sits there for way too long crunching on one where they just stay silent? Is that like Gareth Edwards' idea of funny, I suppose? David's idea are funny. Why are there people defending Rebirth so much? Like, man, it was an awful movie. Because... Okay, I have 3 things to respond to with that. Firstly, if people genuinely like it, it's not wrong for them to like it. You know, people are allowed to like what they like. It's fine. The second thing I would say is people would rabidly defend Jurassic World even if they had added human mutants into Rebirth. Because they're rabid fans and they'll defend the franchise because they think if you criticize something, you inherently don't like it. Here comes Jurassic World Afterbirth. Oh dear, Marconian. That's grim. But also, I think the third reason is also, and this is where I have to word myself correctly. I think current younger audiences have grown up in a world where these sort of poorly written film blockbusters are commonplace, and as a result they don't know any better, and as such, when they watch one of these films that are written terribly, terribly badly, they don't see it because they're surrounded by terrible, terrible films. Are you doing, Lima? You're not a swan, Lima. You're too fat to be a swan. Rebirth is like marmalade. You either love it or hate it. No, that's Marmite, not marmalade. Why are there people hating The Lost World like it's the best sequel we have? I've seen some people put The Lost World above Jurassic Park. I think The Lost World is a good sequel. I mean, it's number 2 on my rating. But I certainly have a lot more problems with it than Jurassic Park. But at least Jeff Goldblum's capable of playing a character and not himself in that film. His part in Dominion was just so cringy. But like I said, like everyone is entitled to their opinion, and if people liked Rebirth, they liked Rebirth. I didn't. I thought it was equally as bad as Dominion because they clearly haven't learned any lessons, and they made similar mistakes. It's better structured and it flows better than Dominion, certainly. The CGI in some places is better, and there are probably more scenes in it that are okay. No, when it comes to Dominion, really the only good scene is the Therizino scene. Whereas at least in Rebirth, you have the passable Rex scene and the mosasaur stuff and Spino stuff, but they're still soulless, and that's, I think, my defining problem with both Dominion and I cannot see diddly squat. The night vision on trikes is bad. But at least we're in the sanctuary now. My goodness gracious. Trike night vision is really bad. Finally. See where we are. That's so slow though. Is there food around here? Hey, sniffing. Can't find mushrooms, have to find them. Is that the only thing in here? The mushrooms? There isn't any other, like, normal food? They should be bright red. I fear that with this level of night vision, being bright red is not a dramatic help. I've actually got myself stuck. See, this is what they mean about the Isle is just not friendly to new players. Because even I'm like, at this point, like, for fuck's sake. Dondi, for goodness sake, we still have to be able to see what we're doing at night. They're adding a tutorial. What? They're adding a lot of shit. I'll believe it when I see it. Jesus, it's pitch black. I don't even think I can adjust the... Hang on, can I adjust the brightness? I bet you can't, because they don't allow that, do they? No, of course not. That's the name of the game now. I'm getting impatient with Rex, but I know it's due to engine issues. No brightness options. I should rest until day. Maybe. We won't starve, at least. Yeah, I suppose. Dinosaur dark room. So it should get brighter. Okay, we'll trust Lima and his knowledge, for he is a lot more. He is the one that plays the aisle the most and is most optimistic about it. What are your thoughts on the amazing digital circus? I've never even heard of that. Weren't you also cautiously optimistic about Rebirth? Just, you know, then Rebirth happened. It certainly did happen. Okay, it's a little bit brighter now. I can see what I'm doing. Although I still do not see any foods. At least there's water. I think that's probably salt water. Look at these lovely plants, but they're not edible. This sanctuary isn't great for spawns. Clearly not. Where even are you? I have lost Lima. There is Lima. Yes, I can hear the raptors too. Nice to be able to actually bloody see what we're doing. The fact that it was so totally pitch dark at the start was very disorientating. Going. Ah! Oh, bloody roots. Ah, we're out. Look at all these wonderful plants around here that are just not capable of being eaten. That's what makes a laugh about living as a herbivore in this game. Food is everywhere, but it's hard to get. It's not the right type of grass. Or plants. I guess Fletcher really doesn't watch a lot of YouTube anymore. Yeah, not really. Making content just kind of puts you off watching it. Especially for me, because in the last few months, the algorithm has done quite a lot of damage to both Trichlor and my Star Trek channel. It's not really been helping growth very much. And it can be quite disheartening sometimes to see how well other channels are doing. Because when you put hours and hours of effort into a video for it to not do anywhere near as, you know, as well as it should, it can be very disheartening. And the desire to carry on lessons and lessons. And the new YouTube age check isn't helping that. I've not encountered that problem yet. Not on YouTube, anyway. Where are you? There be raptors. To our left. Are the dilos. Wow, King Giga, that's severe. There is a Diablo. Wrong species of ceratopsian, but it'll do, I suppose. The devil himself. Yes. Just to remind folks that the stream will be ending at 1/4 to the hour, so that I can get ready for D&D, because it is D&D day. Next week, I will try and get Planet Zoo installed for Friday, so we can have a go at modular building on Planet Zoo and see how that goes. The video for next week is also ready on Wednesday. That'll be the Wednesday video is actually all about modular building. So, I was brought the basic version of Planet Zoo like ages ago. I'm not going to be buying it, like buying all the DLCs and stuff. It will literally be base game Planet Zoo. Well, we are in the next sanctuary. Yeah, there is another one. Probably no point because okay, well, she can be part of the group, I guess, but won't be here for that much longer. Where has Lima gone? I see a distinct lack of mushrooms. That doesn't sound good. I think Lima's under attack. I think Lima just died. Yeah, Lima, Raya. You've kind of taken us out of the frying pan and into the fire a bit here. I also see no mushrooms. You'll be fine. Well, there's no food. And it's full of predators. It's like the church. I know I can't smell for mushrooms, but I'm not seeing any food of any sort. Not even when we were running around for it. It's like all the spawns for everything are broken again. Which if they are, I'll be really annoyed. It's such a basic thing to stop breaking, and yet every single update, every spawn for food gets broken again. I'm just like, for God's sake. On officials, they're pretty bad. If you want an unofficial server, that's basically a good official server. Try Meta's Den. See, this is why I keep resisting making my video on like my thoughts about the Isle, because I feel like the game is broken so often that you can't even really judge it fairly because it's broken so often. Mushrooms behind me. Evrima says there were mushrooms behind me. It was next to one of the bushes outside the maze. If we can find one thing to eat in this stream, I'll classify it as like a success. Is that them? Oh, come on, Isle developers, come on. Look, these are the normal flowers, and those are the mushrooms that you're supposed to find. That's not very noticeable. See, I was tempted to get Grounded 2, but or rather Grounded 1 has been on my wish list for a long time. But now I'm like, should I get Grounded 2? But then Grounded 2 is only in early access. So I'm like, well, do I just wait for 2 years until Grounded 2 is at a position where it's actually worth buying? Okay, now I suppose we actually need to find water we can drink. You beat it already? This suggests that there's not very much content in it so far. You think the JP fandom is toxic? Also, dead sounds terrible lizards. What? I don't know what that means. I don't think the JP fandom is toxic. I think there are a lot of people that have them. I think there's some very diverse opinions in it. I mean, hell, I play War Thunder. War Thunder is very toxic as a fandom. If I get eaten by a dino now, I will not be surprised, and I will laugh. Oh, look, there's fish! There's fish in this river! Oh yeah, true. Lima plays Call of Duty. I mean, that fandom is like the most toxic of all. Uh-oh. No! Well, one thing I can say in this server, in these broken Isle servers, is that at least the carnivores are getting plenty to eat. Unless you're a dino, of course. Death counter 2. Yes, and I think it'll only be 2. Yeah. The Isle is a complicated game for me. I have some very big problems with it. Primarily about the way that they've added certain animals before others. The fact that it keeps breaking all the time. The fact that there's so many bugs. And the length of time it is taking them to do anything. I understand that right now they are not putting the Rex in until the next Unreal Engine update drops, but I'm like, how long is the Unreal Engine update gonna take? Like, if you're gonna make us wait months because you're waiting for that update, I don't care. Give us the fucking Rex. If it's ready, give it to us. They're not waiting for the update, they're applying it. What? How long does it take for them to apply an update? Engine updates take a long time. So, it's probably going to be weeks and weeks until we actually have Rex. And it's just... I don't know, man. I feel like the Isle is a similar case to Star Citizen, where the game is constantly being dragged down by them constantly making promises about stuff and adding more features and bloat and all the rest of it. And I don't know. I probably will try Path of Titans eventually, but not for a few months yet. We'll see. Okay, I'll make a promise to folks. If we don't have T-Rex by the end of September, I will get Path of Titans. And we'll see if Path of Titans can convert me away from the Isle. Definitely not, says Lima. I just want my Rex. I thought they had put them into here. Have they not? I thought they were in the skin designer. The day Fletcher gets Path of Titans is the day Gigant Spino is the best Stego. It will never be the best Stego, King Giga. And I meant what I said to about Evo on Friday. I am going to do a video looking at the first one will be the Stegosaurs, but I've decided I'm going to do a video on like each group of animals in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So there'll be like one on the Hadrosaurs, one on the Sauropods, one on the Stegosaurs, one on like the smaller carnivores, etc. And being like which ones are like the best ones, which ones are the worst ones, which ones, if they were cut, wouldn't I care much about, which ones would I be sad to lose, etc. So I think that's some interesting, there'll be some sort of simple videos for me to make, and yeah, it won't be too bad. US Git admin. What? Only on the Hortus. Oh, I see, Brenson. Wait until the end of 2025 to be safe. If we don't have the Rex by the end of 2025, then good God, something has gone wrong. Because, like, that would have been 6 months of waiting and waiting and waiting. I'll give them to the end of September. That's as far as I'm willing to wait before I try an alternative. But anyway, since I don't have that much time left before I have to go for D&D anyway, I'm probably going to just end the stream here. I'm sorry we didn't really get very much done today in between technical problems and the Isle being the Isle. Obviously on Wednesday, me and Fallout and... Dane, are you working on Wednesday? Are you working on Wednesday? Oh, okay, so we're all off on Wednesday next week, so we might play For the King 2 again? Yeah. So we'll have a big combined For the King 2 stream on Wednesday. And like I say, there is a video coming out on Wednesday about modular building, and then obviously you've got me on Friday and me on the Sunday of next week, and we'll play Planet Zoo on Friday, and on Sunday we'll play Jurassic World Evolution 2. So yeah, that's what we're doing next week. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Do like the stream if you've enjoyed at least talking to me and chatting shit and stuff while I've struggled to deal with the Isle and its many neuroses? Is that the term? I think that's the term I'm looking for. So yeah, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you next week on Wednesday. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evenings, stay safe, and good night.